And we need to understand that these أذكار الصباح والمساء are from the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is the most important thing you should take from this lesson. They are min sunnati Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When to my brothers and sisters in Islam, do you have a right attitude towards the sunnah of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Wallah, you just know a sunnah is a sunnah and move on. Unfortunately, the majority of us have abandoned أذكار الصباح والمساء. It's really because it's a sunnah. We think a sunnah means it's not wajib, we don't have to do it. Either this is big danger. Let's understand, أذكار الصباح والمساء are from the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Let's draw your attention to an ayah in the Quran. Allah Azza wa Jal, He says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أُدْخُلُوا فِي السِّلْمِ كَافَّةً. O you who believe, enter into Islam completely. Completely enter into Islam. Allah Azza wa Jal commanded us to fully enter into Islam. And that means by implementing each and every single teaching that Allah revealed to us. Do all the commands. Mujahid rahimahullah, he said, اعملوا بجميع الأعمال ووجوه البر. Do each and every single command that came to you via Allah, via the Quran or the messenger of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. ووجوه البر. And every type of goodness that you know about, that has been taught to us by our messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, do it. And do not worry whether something is wajib or mustahab. Don't worry about this. When the scholars discuss the matter of wajib, obligatory, and mustahab, something being recommended, wallah, they did not do this with the intention of teaching us that the wajib is a must, or sunnah is an option. Wallahi, they did not. They didn't teach us the difference between a sunnah wal wajib to tell you that this one you have to do and this one you can leave out. La. And also, they did not teach us al-haram wal-makruh. They did not teach us the difference between impermissible matters and disliked matters, so that, we know al-haram we should keep away from, wal-makruh it's alright to do because you will not be sinned for it. La. وأنا subhanallah, I'm amazed sometimes how some Muslims understand their Islam and their deen. You have individuals like this. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to protect us and grant us all guidance. We all need steadfastness, but we need to remind each other. Some Muslims are like this. He doesn't pray the sunan prayers. No adhkar in the morning and in the afternoon. No duha. No salat al-witr. No fasting of Monday or Thursday, or at least one of them, or at least 3 days a month. No extra worship in Dhul Hijjah, which just finished. Muharram is coming, doesn't even know what's going on in Muharram, and that the fasting in Muharram is the best fasting after Ramadan. None, doesn't care. No 6 days fasting after Ramadan, which is 6 days of Shawwal, nothing. La, because it's a sunnah, it's not wajib. It's not wajib, it's a sunnah. He leaves it. But then, on the other hand, the same person, at the same time, does a handful of makruhat, of matters that are disliked. Talks after Salat al-Isha, which is makruh, unless it is in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or a person with his wife. This is an act of worship, it's goodness, no problems. Clips the nails and cuts the hair during the first 10 days of the Hijjah and tells you, al-ulama have differed in this topic and it is makruh. ما هو الشيء عن المكروه means do it. حتى even if it's makruh, does default of makruh mean do it? خلاص, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said avoid. Don't worry about haram and makruh, don't worry about this. If you're able to leave, then leave. What else? He gives and takes with his left hand, which is makruh. Talks too much about dunya matters in al-masjid. Not haram, it's makruh, but to speak about too much dunya in al-masjid. And smokes, and he says it's makruh. Well, it's haram, but he says it's makruh. All of this because it's makruh. He does the makruh because it's makruh. And he abandoned an abundance of sunnah because it's sunnah. This is not a deen. This is not the meaning of udkhulu fi silmi kaffatan. Enter into Islam completely. Shuf the twist here. See what happens. Udkhulu fi silmi kaffatan is to adhere to the commands of Allah, each and every single one of them. Listen to what Al-Alusi rahimahullah, he said. He said, ادخلوا في السلم أو في الإسلام بكليتكم ولا تدعوا شيئا من ظاهركم وباطنكم إلا والإسلام يستوعبه بحيث لا يبقى مكانا لغيره. This is fantastic. Listen to this. Al-Alusi rahimahullah, he said, enter Islam completely and do not allow any part of your life, whether internally or external appearance, do not allow any part of your life except that Islam has occupied it and covered it to the point where there is no more room for anything else. Yani, you dress in the manner that Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to. Cover your body the way Allah wants. Eat the way Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught us. Drink the way Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught you. Say words that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told you to do. From that, the morning, adhkar, say it. The afternoon, adhkar, say them. When you meet your brother, say assalamu alaikum. Do not replace it with anything. Every single teaching you know about, you take it and you implement it. To the point where you find in yourself, there's no more room for me to fit any other teaching. That way you'll be saved from innovations and from misguidance. Otherwise, if you adhere to some teachings and you abandon other teachings, slowly and slowly, those teachings that you are supposed to implement will be replaced by something else. Implement all the teachings and you will find there's no more room to think of anything else. You will not need anything else. Subhanallah. Wal-Alusi rahimahullah, he said, لا تخلوا شيئا من أحكامه. Do not abandon any teaching of Islam.